it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Welcome to the live drive of the 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLA-250. Now, this car is a big step for Daily Motor because this is actually the first Mercedes-Benz we've had on the channel. We've had quite a few Mercedes AMGs. Typically people would go the opposite direction. They'd start in a Benz and then go up to an AMG. But this is actually the first straight up normal non-performance Mercedes we've had here at Daily Motor. And we've kept it absolutely filthy. Believe it or not, this was clean yesterday. But it's that kind of melty nastiness outside that there's virtually no point in washing your car. You just gotta wait a week or so for the water to kind of die down. But other than that, we've been spending a little bit of time with the car. If you've never been on one of our live drives before, then welcome. If you're watching this after the fact, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell to be alerted when we're going live. We've been great recently. We're doing Tuesdays and Fridays. 4 p.m. Eastern time is when we've been streaming. However, we might start moving that back now that the days are getting a little longer. Those of you who have been with us for a while, a few months ago, know that we were ending these practically in the dark. But now it's nice outside, it's sunny, if a bit windy. So, for the next hour or so, Alyssa and I are gonna go talk about the GLA-250. It's redesigned for 2021, so there should be a good amount to talk about. And go for a drive and answer all of your questions. That's the biggest fun part of the live drives, interacting with you all in the chat. So let us know you're here. I already saw the Con 1000, I think it was Corey Price in the chat, so hey you guys. And I'm starting it right off. If you didn't see the description, when Miran Samani gets in the chat, it doesn't hold shifts. I already tested it. You don't even need to ask, we're good. It's not good for performance cars.
He's giving you instructions for dyno mode.
Is he now? Okay, wow.
We'll read those. We'll read those later.
Yeah, he'll have to tell us what exactly that does.
Yep.
So, we'll go for a little walk around here. It's very windy. I don't know how well you guys can hear, but we'll just kind of do a little bit of walk around and then get behind the wheel and maybe see if we can find somewhere else a little bit more calm and possibly not in direct sunlight to do some other stuff. So, it's technically a subcompact crossover. Luxury, obviously being Mercedes, but this is one of the least expensive Mercedes models they make. It's based off the same platform. You got your CLA, your A-class, your GLB, which is like a boxy version of this one. That's what the B stands for. Box. I don't know. It's German, so it's like Boxen, right? The GLA, though, it's actually pretty good. We've got it rocking some Dunlop winter tires. They've still been fine. Actually did a fuel economy test and this thing reached its EPA number even on the winter tires, so that's impressive. And even with all this dirt and grime on the side causing wind resistance. But it's small. It's a diminutive little thing. Redesigned for 2021 to look more like the larger Mercedes SUVs. I think it's kind of sharp. It also looks a bit well, how would you say, Alyssa? Like I was almost thinking like a shrew. It's got like a, I don't know, it's a little mousy.
I definitely get that. You know, like those, you're gonna have to help me with the car, but those hamster commercials.
Oh, and the Kia Souls.
The Kia Souls. I can see this being a fancy soul. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
With some rounded edges, maybe for a gerbil and not right. So much a hamster.
And the GLA is interesting that it starts under $40,000, but you can still get a lot of luxury items. You just have to pay for them. So you can even get massaging seats in this thing, but everything's an upgrade. So even if you want like a heated steering wheel, you got to pay like an extra $2,000 to get different packages and stuff. But if we got it here in this, I mean, this is probably black, right? I would think so. It's so hard to tell. Metallic black.
It's hard to tell. Look at this. Look how dirty that is. That's what it's like to live in Michigan in February.
Check this out. This is one of the fastest power tailgates I've ever experienced. Slows down at the top, but it really gets going. You wouldn't want to have your chin in the way or something.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Just a tiny little space back here for groceries or those sorts of little things. You do have some metal tie-down hooks, so that's kind of neat.
On the other side,
pockets on the side. Yeah, that's cool. You can put your milk in there to keep it from sloshing around.
I love that. Your wine right here.
And you do get no spare, but you've got an inflation kit, a first aid kit, all those things in there. And because there's no spare, you get a little bit of storage back there, so that's nice.
How come cars aren't doing spares in every single one?
Typically to save weight and space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. It does have this little cover here though, which is nice. I do appreciate these.
Really?
Yeah, because it makes it look cleaner, and you don't want people seeing what you have in the back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I always don't like them, so it's good to get another perspective.
I can understand why you wouldn't like them though, because they might just take up space.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I had one in my Focus, I just permanently removed it. Took it out. I don't have anything valuable. Power that. Closed. No beeps. That's interesting.
No, but it's got that electric purr.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. They should make a song
too.
for that.
It's probably. Are you taller than it?
In my heels, yeah.
Okay, that's fair. So it's probably about 5'3" or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right.
Yeah.
You wanna hop in the back?
Yeah.
You can get this. I'll get the door for you.
Thank you. Oh, look at that, guys. Get you a man that does that.
Oh. Climbing in back. Now, for a subcompact SUV, it's actually not horrible back here. They did a good job with the seats, kind of contouring them away from your knees. I've got actually a really good amount of headroom. I'm 5'10", and you could easily get somebody 6 foot in here. No center fold-down armrest, which is a bit of a shame, but you can see this nice brown Mercedes MB Tech fake leather. Works.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, let's get the chats going.
Okay.
See what everyone's up to, and then we'll kind of look around the interior a little bit more. Sorry, you guys. I know the darkness is really harsh in the camera. We'll try to find some shady area soon, but looks like you can see the leather pretty well.
It's once you hold the camera in a spot long enough, it will adjust.
Right.
Okay, Miran says for dyno mode, and this is DYNO. Push the start button for the first position, ACC, and scroll to ODO, that shows mileage. Then push the start button for a second time for fuel pump position, that all the dash lights come on. And then push and hold the home back button for 3 seconds. Maybe we should do this when we're in the front seat.
Keep reading it though, I'm curious.
Okay.
Unless it goes on for a while.
He's got 2 more. So push and hold the home back button for 3 seconds on the left side of the steering wheel. Yeah. While holding the home button for 3 seconds, push the touchpad, then select the dyno mode activate to activate the dyno mode. Okay. And it fully disables the ABS, the TCS, and the ESP. Okay. And for deactivating, just do the reverse order. Cool. That sounds like a huge step. What is that? Well, it's just if we want to go out in the snow and get slidey. So if we get up to $20 worth of donations, then maybe we will do that. Because I think I have it set actually for $10. If we get $10 of donations, Alissa will drive. Okay. And $20, we will find some off-roading and some snow. Neat. Yeah. Yeah, cool. That's good to know. This next comment by the Con 1000 is, I think, kind of funny. We know Charlie hates the car because for Alissa to drive, there needs to be $10. But in the GTR, you need $100 for me to drive. No? Yeah, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I did not want to drive the GTR because I knew it was going to be fast and dangerous, and we had snow out. And before every single live drive with every single car that we have, I say to Charlie, "Is this the car I'm going to be driving?" And then he says, "For such and such donations, yes." And so when we had the GTR, I was like, I don't want to drive that, because weeks beforehand, Charlie prepped me by saying, "This is going to be the fastest car you've ever been in," and I don't want to drive that. I don't want to wreck them. I don't want to kill ourselves, and I don't want to wreck those cars. Nice try though, Con 1000. Yeah. Nice try. No, I actually like this thing quite a bit so far. Yes. Forged Fantasy. This is a car for people who want to look rich but aren't. Yeah, you know, people kind of have that mentality about a lot of the entry-level BMWs and Mercedes, and I think part of that is true, but at the same time, you are still getting a good product. A lot of things in here are still surprisingly premium feeling, and it's been a nice driver. So you do still get, even though some of the things are cheaper, you do still get Mercedes-Benz engineering, which
I would argue is one of the best in the business. I think Mercedes is leading the way in terms of luxury vehicles right now. Don't get me wrong, there are some BMWs and Audis that I like better, but as an overall brand, I think Mercedes is doing the best. I actually bought a decent amount of Mercedes stock a few years ago because as I was driving all of these cars, I was like, Mercedes is doing it best, and it's paid off so far.
This is just quality done inexpensively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because it's cheaper doesn't mean it's bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Tim Robinson says, for the owner of a leased RAV4 who wants a Mercedes for the same price.
Fair enough. It's a good bit smaller and less rugged than a RAV4, but I see where he's going.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What do you think of seat comfort back here? Because I actually kind of like it.
Let me see if it reclines. No, it doesn't recline, but really not too bad.
I don't think it's bad at all.
No.
I actually kind of like firmer backs in these back seats because just for back support.
That's fair.
I really do like that, yeah.
And it's a 40-20-40 fold seat, so if you had some skis or long items or something like that, you could send that through and still keep 4 people in the car.
That's nice.
I do know this has a little bit more room than a BMW X1. It just, or at least if it doesn't on paper, it certainly feels like it in the real world. Headroom's good, legroom, and footroom. Footroom is something that's often overlooked.
Yeah, I have a ton of footroom back here.
Right, and what I mean by that is your feet can go under the seat in front of you and not get squished. You don't have to like keep them way back. Yeah.
So if you've got big boots on.
Exactly, you're still gonna fit.
Yeah, that's super nice. Say hello to the Pittsburgh Man and Eric Ellis.
Hey.
And the Con 1000 says, so we need money to scare the crap out of Alissa.
Exactly. Now you're getting it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about the views.
Yep. That's capitalism right there.
Ooh, Miran says, by the way, I bought the E500. It was seamless towing it back with the GLS.
Awesome. I bet. I mean, that thing is no problem. But I want to hear a little bit more about the E. Does it run fine and everything? I mean, imagine it would. Is he going to go through it all and do like new fluids and stuff? Because he said it was super low miles. Sometimes those cars have been neglected. So, but it sounds like it was.
Fluid in there.
Yeah, I just need a whole kind of going through seals and things like that. But that's cool. I'm pretty sure. I think he said it was like a 96 or something like that, mid 90s E-Class. And my grandfather had one of those like not too long ago. It was pretty nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder if I could make a lost meme out of this. You know how they got like the lost meme, or like there's like one of the frame panels that's like 2 things up, and then one panel it's like 1 up, 1 down, and then he walks in and it's like
that's like an old meme.
Yeah.
We need White Putin in the chat.
Yeah.
He'd get that reference.
Right.
Yeah. Eric says, I'd rather have a really nice and loaded Honda or a Toyota model instead of a base Mercedes or BMW.
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, a top-level Honda Accord feels just about as nice in here. But Hondas kill it with interiors. They do a really good job.
In terms of engineering, I mean, from what I can know, the German brands have really good premium engineering.
Yeah.
And the Honda and Toyota are really good for reliability. If you had to pick one or the other.
I'd rather own a Japanese brand. But I'm pretty pragmatic. I would rather... I almost always value function over form and reliability over like style or things like that. So I can certainly see someone who'd rather own this than something like a boring Accord or CR-V or something like that, or HR-V.
I would rather own German
than
a Honda probably. Unless I'm gonna get like a really cool Civic.
Right.
I've always
you've always liked the Civic.
I've liked the Civics, and I think the Accords are really nice if you want something a little bit more boaty and just luxurious.
Right.
But yeah, I'd probably. I mean, I just came off of a Volkswagen. I really like German brands.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Should we hop up to the front? I know you got a few more, but we can do those up there.
Just people saying hi.
Hello.
So, say hi to Abraham.
Hello, Abraham.
And the Con 1000 says Russia is typing.
Huh.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
Okay.
Sounds funny. It must be a reference to something we said. I don't know. Oh, probably. Let's see. Some of you like hearing the door thunk sound. I will say though, the window's open, so maybe I should do the rear door. Pretty solid.
Yeah, that's solid.
You do still get all the good Mercedes infotainment too, and MBUX, which is Mercedes' new user interface system, does have a bit of a learning curve, but overall I think it is one of the best on the market. I prefer xDrive, but MBUX does work really well. So we'll go somewhere where the sunlight's a little more kind to the screen, see if we can find some good shade. But we'll do a little slow POV driving, let Alyssa read a few more chats, and I'll give you guys a bit of a driving experience. This is rocking a little 2-liter turbo. It's pretty good. I've noticed some strange shifts from the transmission though. I think it's an 8-speed dual clutch, which is weird because Mercedes made an awesome 9-speed transmission for a long time. So for them to go this 8-speed CE is surprising because, I mean, maybe it's for fuel economy, I don't know, but it hasn't been the smoothest operator.
47.
I love how Mercedes have column shifters. I think that's good for them to just say, look, forget you guys that want to have a big old chunky shifter right here in the middle. That's stupid. We're sticking with the column shifters. If you don't like it, you can get out.
That's a good idea. Perfect. Okay, cool. Nice. Miran says the E500 is in great condition.
Cool.
Already changed all the fluids, and it's now in the detail shop for a full PPF and some ceramic coating.
He's PPFing a 25-year-old car. That's awesome. Must be in really good shape then.
What is that?
Paint protection film.
Oh.
Yep. I wonder what the point is of doing both paint protection film and ceramic coating, but I mean...
Would the ceramic coating be underneath?
That's a good question. I would think it would go ceramic and then paint protection film, yeah. Because ceramic goes like on the paint to keep it in good shape. Ooh, a beefy Gladiator. Cool.
Zeskimo says, "Hey, Charlie!"
Hey, Zeskimo.
All in caps. Just like a name.
The zesty Eskimo. It's just a fun mental picture.
Yeah, it is.
Caught up?
Yes.
Cool. Alyssa and I noticed the blinker sound is kind of interesting. Yeah, very tingy. Tick, 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 tick. It's a tick-tock. Also, huge annoyance of mine, and I think our first YouTube story is going to feature this. I was driving on the highway today, doing my highway fuel economy test. Opened this up, big bright sunny day, and doesn't extend. Look at this, huge gap right there. And right now, I'm driving along, and the sun is just blasting me in the side of the face right now. It's like they might as well not even have this thing come off.
That's fair. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
You pay $40,000 for Mercedes, they could at least give you an extended...
Nearly $50,000.
Right. They could at least give you an extended sun visor. So, out of 10, would not recommend.
Everyone's saying hello now.
Hey!
Say hello to Nufil Udin.
Hello.
And Sadiqs.
Hello, hello. Man, I gotta turn the heat down.
Yeah, it's 50 degrees, 53 degrees here.
Wow.
And last, over the weekend it was...
Definitely way in the teens.
Yeah, way in the teens. So, bipolar weather.
There's a bunch of snowmobile tracks over there. Someone was having fun.
Yep.
Skirt, skirt. This thing's easy to drive. It almost perfectly nails steering weight for me. I like a lighter steering, but this isn't like insignificant light. It's just satisfying light. So far, my only complaint is that dual clutch transmission, and you only really notice it at slow speeds. Some weird shifts that I've had.
Describe that transmission.
It's like a manual transmission being automated. So rather than a torque converter that's full of fluid that sort of smooths everything out.
Oh, it's a little bit more jerky?
Yeah, it's actually like disengaging a clutch and engaging it on another clutch. Well, it's disengaging one clutch and engaging another clutch. And they're hard pressed together. You know how like when we're riding a motorcycle, it's hard to, it's oftentimes you get those kind of jerky, clunky shifts. It's a little more like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like rather than shifting your own, the car's doing it for you. So some of the benefits are you're not getting energy loss through transmission fluid in a torque converter, but, and so that helps with fuel economy, and it also helps with responsiveness when you sort of like, if you rev it up like this and hit the gas, it's more immediate.
Okay. Oh.
But the downside of that is then it can get weird clunky shifts when it's trying to go back and forth.
I see.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, hush. It's fine.
Was that lane?
Yeah.
Lane assist?
Yep.
So how would this compare to Volvo XC40? Yeah.
I think the XC40 is cooler, and I think it drives a little better. The engine's better in this, but the transmission's better in the Volvo. I like the steering feel better of the Volvo. I like the looks better. I like the sound system better in the Volvo. This is just a base sound system. You can get an optional 12-speaker Burmester, so that might sound better. Burmesters do typically sound pretty good, but I would pick an XC40. The other thing the XC40 provides is a wide breadth of powertrain options. You can get the T4, the T5, and the recharge electric version. Whereas this, you're pretty much like 2-liter turbo, or I think a more advanced 2-liter turbo. That's the GLA-35. And with the Volvo, you're not getting that image of, oh, you just wanted a Mercedes, but you had to get the cheap Mercedes because you're broke. Volvo, it's like, oh, okay, you're getting a Volvo. That's cool.
Nice.
Respect that. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Would you rather do this or a Genesis G80? I think he retracted the message, but I think that's what that was.
I mean, pretty darn different cars, but I suppose price-wise,
maybe that's why you retracted.
Yeah. I would pick a G80, but pretty different.
Okay. All right. Now someone has asked about the difference, or this Mercedes GLA versus a Toyota RAV4, because the RAV4 was mentioned earlier.
Well, that is an interesting thing, that RAV4 Prime we had last week is actually more expensive than this.
Would you think it because it's a hybrid option? Or just
the plug-in hybrid was a big part of that, but it was also pretty loaded. I mean, it had more features. It had heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel, a better sound system. I'd probably pick the RAV4 over this.
Okay.
The
Prime or just the base RAV4?
Even just a base RAV4. I mean, RAV4, that's obviously going to be a lot cheaper, but the RAV4 is really good. That's the thing is, but you guys have to understand, any YouTuber, or really any car reviewer, or whether it's video games, cars, food, doesn't matter, trains, anyone who's reviewing multiple products, they're always going to have their preferences and their biases, and those are going to kind of go into the recommendations they make. Oh boy. Okay.
That was awesome. He actually went off the road.
And was going to completely blow the red light.
But it turned green right at the end.
Something tells me he wasn't expecting that. Anyway, so I'm always going to have a little bit more bias toward cars that provide a lot for their money and are going to be reliable and good to drive, satisfying to drive, but also satisfying to own. RAV4 is not exactly satisfying to drive, but it is satisfying to own. So for less money than this, you're getting something that's more reliable and provides more features, and really, from behind the wheel, this doesn't feel any more luxurious than the RAV4. You're getting cooler technology, and you're getting a more premium appearance, but from a driving perspective, the RAV4 drives essentially the same. If anything, the RAV4 is smoother because it's a conventional transmission.
Gotcha. Wow, okay, cool.
I'd suppose the only part where the RAV4 would seem cheaper, if you will, is when you rev it out, the RAV4 sounds like a dog, especially the base, just 2-liter or 2.5-liter, I think it is. This sounds like a pretty good 2-liter turbo. So this is faster.
Gotcha.
But
okay.
I'd definitely take a RAV4 Prime over this.
Okay. All right, then, looking at all the cars that would be in this class, cross brands, what would you pick over this?
Well, the X1 drives better, and I really like the X1 for that reason, but it's super dated inside compared to this. This feels like feels like you're getting a lot more for your money with this, or the Volvo XC40 than the RAV4.
Gotcha.
Or not the RAV4, X1. But I still like the way the X1 drives, so I don't know, it'd be tough there. But I'd probably go, I haven't driven an Audi Q3, admittedly, so I don't know where that would rank. But XC40 on the top, and then probably this, and then X1. But if you prioritize driving over like luxury, then flip-flop those two.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. All good stuff. Very good stuff. Okay. So, Andrew's Planet. This car itself, yes, base is 36, I think.
It's like 38 or 39.
Yeah, 36, 38. I think Zeska will actually look that up. This car itself is $47,114. Suggested retail price is $38 on this. So, letting you know that. And Miran's updated us on the PPF as well. So Miran says first they put the PPF on because it doesn't stick to the ceramic. And the reasoning for the ceramic coating over PPF is because it's shinier and has more depth to it, and it's easier to clean.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's do a little 0 to 60.
Okay.
And because this is a dual clutch, you can't brake torque it. You just have to slam it.
Okay.
Let's go into sport mode. Stop. So it's, I mean, it's fine.
Very comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not startling whatsoever.
It's not exactly a car that provides immense driving satisfaction, but what it does do is, for the type of buyer who just wants a car that they think feels peppy, it works.
That's nice. Oh, it flew around back there.
I don't know, probably my camera bag.
Yeah. Okay. Eric says there seems to be a lot of alternatives to this car, including your Tesla.
Yeah, arguably. I mean, the Tesla's larger and more expensive. I mean, for kind of... Yeah, the SR that no longer exists is technically cheaper than this. And this is, as spec'd, this is about the same price as a long-range all-wheel drive Model Y. You're getting some more features. It's a very different kind of luxury, though. This rides pretty similar to the Tesla, I'd say. It's tough to tell because this is running on tires that are only inflated to 38 PSI in the front, 34 in the rear, and the Tesla, we've been driving it around at like 42, 42. But I think if you deflated the tires to about the same level as this car, they'd ride pretty similar.
Yeah.
Because this isn't luxury car smooth, but nothing's harsh.
No, it's not harsh. It's noisy.
Yeah,
but it's not harsh at all.
Right.
It's almost like the noise that you hear makes you think, oh wow, those tires are really taking a beating.
That's huge.
Yeah.
They do a lot of studies where if people perceive it as being noisy and rough and everything, they'll think it rides worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Thoughts on the new 2020 MDX?
I think they mean the 2022 MDX.
What did I say, 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Chris up at the TheTopher drove it, and he said it was really, really good. He even drove it up against the Audi Q7.
Wow.
And something, oh, the Volvo XC90. And he said it was the best driving SUV in that class.
Wow.
He also said the sound system is even just a hair better than the TLX's ELS system, and he thinks it might be one of the best on the market.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've heard good things. I haven't driven it. I've always liked the MDX though in general. So
okay.
I'm sure it'll be really good. Acura's been killing it lately. The new RDX was really good. The TLX was really good. So I am fully expecting the MDX to be good as well.
We typically don't have good signal when we go down this way. So if you're planning to go very far.
We do if we stay on Michigan Avenue, just not if we take E-Course.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm gonna go down Michigan Ave, see if we can get some better shade or something for a little walk around and interior inspection.
Perfect. Yeah, because looking at all the gadgets and everything in this infotainment center and the dash, it's beautiful. Really, and of course they should, because you know they've got a brand image to uphold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyler's YouTube channel says, my dream car is a Tesla Model Y, which is a better value. Oh, which is the better value? This or the Tesla?
It's really an apples to oranges comparison. I think the Model Y is a great value just because you're you're getting a lot for the price. I mean, if you just compare, if we're comparing strictly the specs, you're getting heated seats, heated steering wheel, really good navigation system. Not only getting heated seats in the front, you're getting them all in the rear as well. Good automatic dual zone climate control. A lot of things. You're also missing out on some stuff. There's no way to get massaging seats, no way to get cooling seats. I'm sure there are some other sort of luxury features I'm missing out on. So you could deck out one of these for more money than a Model Y, but also you're getting a lot. You're getting massaging seats and ventilated seats and a better sound system. So it depends on who you are and what your priorities are, but if you're down for the EV lifestyle, I think the Model Y is a better value. But this feels like a more solid, like premium product, I would say,
cool,
than the Model Y.
All right.
A little extra road noise. I mean, we are on a concrete road, but I noticed on the highway drive that the wind noise was really good, road noise was a little extra, but we are running on winter tires, so that could add to the road noise.
There's a whistle. Do you hear it?
I did hear that whistle earlier. I have no idea what it's from, but it's pretty frustrating.
It's like it's coming from outside.
Yeah.
I really think it's coming from outside where some in the aerodynamic design is making it whistle. It's not from the interior, but you can hear it from the interior.
Whistle while you work, I guess.
Definitely outside. I wanted to say something. That's probably my brother. To say something to you while you were talking, but didn't get a chance. And then we slowed down speeds and the whistling went away.
Fair.
Right. Cool. Harsh S says the road noise sounds similar to the CR-V. And I think he's saying he likes Hondas, Acuras, and Mazda over cheap Mercedes models.
I think that's fair.
People are I didn't realize how much people did not like the inexpensive Mercedes.
Yeah, there's definitely a hate against them. There's just kind of this mentality, especially of the car community, car people, that
go big or go home.
Yeah,
like, don't do it at all if you can't.
I guess, yeah. And I will admit, it's a bit of like a pretty green on the Taurus.
Oh, that's really pretty.
There's a bit of like a hater syndrome, like cheap Mercedes, blah 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 blah. But then if someone got an expensive Mercedes, they'd be saying like, oh, look at you spending all your money on a Mercedes.
Like there's not.
You could have gotten a Mazda CX-5, like, you know, Grand Touring or something like that, and saved so much money. So
they're not going to have any love it from any angle.
Right. I will fully admit, yes, I would rather spend my money and get just a standard car. What?
Here we go.
The idea of a luxury vehicle has really changed a lot in the last 20 years, because 20 years ago, you had to buy a quote-unquote luxury car to get all of the coolest features, the best safety, things like that. Nowadays, you don't really need to do that. You can get massaging seats in a Ford. You can get ventilated seats in a Hyundai. You could get all of these things. I mean, you're getting 5-star crash test ratings in the base Teslas. So you don't need to pony up to the big time brands anymore. So I get that a lot of times now people just buy BMWs, Mercedes, Audis, Porsches, Lexuses, those sort of things for the brand name. And that's fair. For some people that's important. For people like me, it's really not. I'd rather just buy my jeans from Walmart and wear them until they have holes in them. So, and I own a Chrysler Town & Country, so I don't care about brand name. I'd rather have something that's reliable and gives me everything I need, but I just want it to be satisfying. And I don't get satisfied by seeing, like, you know, a Mercedes emblem on my car.
That's fair.
And I owned a Porsche too. I owned a Chrysler Town & Country and a Porsche at the same time.
Yep.
And I did not care for the image that my Boxster put off.
Wow.
I didn't like that. I didn't like being seen. People would say like, "Ooh, Porsche owner, you know, Porsche." I didn't like that. The main reason I bought the Boxster was because it's a mid-engine sports car, very practical, and it was a good deal. So
two reasons.
Right. Well, no, mid-engine sports car. That's a reason in and of itself.
Oh, I see.
Practical, separate, good deal. One of the best driving and very good-looking cars around that price point in class.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but if a Miata had just been slightly bigger and slightly more powerful, I would have just gotten that. Yeah, rant over.
Okay. The Lord Tachanka says, "Yayo, what's poppin'?" And that is actually Wide Putin. He changed his name.
To what? Repeat it.
It's from Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, okay.
The Lord Tachanka.
Ah.
I love saying that.
Your nephew plays Rainbow Six Siege all the time.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yep. I should read his handle because he's doing like
the tamed sandwich.
The tamed sandwich. And then he's got a number.
Like a number. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
he gets like a huge subscriber influx, and he's like.
My nephew's like 14. He plays Rainbow Six Siege and he uploads to YouTube, but he's got like 2 or 3 videos.
He just had one the other day.
Charlie watches them.
Yeah.
And his name is like the tamed sandwich with
Might just be tamed sandwich.
No, it's got a number.
It's
like
no, I was gonna say the. I don't think there's the.
Oh, tamed something.
There can't be too many tamed sandwiches out there.
And it's got like a 4-digit number right after that.
Yeah,
and I don't remember where the number is. Yeah. I bet money it's got like a 6 and a 9 in it somewhere though.
We should change our name to like the Daily Motor 2469420 or something like that. All lowercase, no spaces.
Yes.
Oh boy, buddy, that's a really stupid way to pull out.
Wow, thanks, man.
Pull out.
You guys actually didn't see that because I forgot to change the camera. Anyways, he wants to know how we've been.
Putin, we've been good. We appreciate it. We just did a road trip in the Model Y, and we almost ran out on the highway.
We were literally at 0%.
We rolled into the supercharger at 0%.
That was, so there's going to be a little video on that.
Yeah, big video.
Well, yeah, big one.
Yeah, that was interesting, but you know, we're still kind of getting used to that EV lifestyle, and it was admittedly my fault for leaving the previous charger a little early, thinking we'd be fine, but we hit a big headwind and drained our battery a lot faster than planned. But yeah, we made it, and then watched an episode of Community, and you know, then we were fine.
Yes.
But yeah, other than that, we had a good weekend. Been working hard. A lot of cars around here these days. We've got some Ford product rolling in. We're getting a Bronco Sport this week.
Woo!
Yeah,
that's gonna be a big video, I think.
Yeah, it'll definitely be important.
Yeah.
And we've got a Mach-E coming back, and a few other things. We had that F-150 and stuff. So, yeah, things have been good. How have you been, Mr. Putin?
No, it's Lord Tachanka.
He'll always be wide Putin.
Tachanka.
Or Spooky Putin.
Wide Spooky Putin.
He can be
Spooky Scary Putin.
He can be the Lord Putin now if he wants.
The Lord's Putin Tachanka, whatever.
So if any of you are just tuning in recently, we're out driving the GLA-250. Few little updates. We are going to take a little break, go through some more of the comments, look around the car. We'll do a walk around. Actually got to cool off a little bit. It's still toasty in here. Can't believe you're not roasting in your jacket.
My sweater underneath is not cashmere like yours.
Is cashmere considered warm?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's wool. It's technically a wool. It's just a type of sheep or lamb.
See, that's how much I know about fancy things. What else? I want to see how well the camera picks up this gauge cluster. Probably not too, well, that's all right. There's not too many places to get out of the direct sunlight around here. But we'll do a little tour of that stuff here soon. And if we get up to $10 of donations, we'll throw Alissa behind the wheel. And I am curious about that because you probably are a little bit more of an intended buyer of this car. A woman. So yeah, if we just get $5 on the Cash App donations are double. Just kind of pay for our gas and get Alissa behind the wheel. But $10 of YouTube donation and you'll get a shout out and we'll get Alissa behind the wheel. And I don't really know what kind of off-roading chops this thing has. Does it even have an off-road mode? Let's see. Individual, Sport, Eco. Yes, there is an off-road mode.
Wow.
So if we hit $20 of total donations, we will check out the off-road mode.
What is that? Individual
mode, so you can customize. Like right now it's comfort engine, sport steering, and comfort stability control.
Oh, wow.
But you can hit, go into here and hit this little button and you can change for individual mode. Do you want the driving to be Eco, Sport, Manual, or Comfort? And then steering, Comfort or Sport. And then ESP, Comfort or Sport. So not a whole bunch to customize, but I do really appreciate that Mercedes allows you to do touchscreen and trackpad. That is awesome.
While you were doing that, some guy just walked up and kind of looked over at us, and he was like, "Are you like, what are you doing? Are you okay?"
Did you really park like a huge douche? Taking up 5 spots?
He's talking on the phone though, so he's
that's fair.
What we were doing.
Cool. Let's do a quick walk around, and then we'll get to some more commenters.
Got a bunch of comments.
Cool. Nice and cool out here. Look at this little baby SUV. Chris up at the TOPher calls this the GLA.
The what?
The GLA. The GLA 250. By that logic, the other ones would be the Glick, the Glob, the Gliss, the Glee, and the G.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's for Matic, which is Mercedes branding for four-wheel drive.
Nice.
It is dirty AF. Just write that in there, dirty AF. What else we got going on? We got some Dunlop Winters on here.
You know what we should offer? This is an idea I just had.
Okay.
Okay, so feel free to say it's stupid or comment on how stupid it is, but if for like $1 donation, we'll like pencil in everybody's like YouTube
their name
handles.
That would be awesome.
Their names in the dirt.
I'm down with that. As long as we're by some snow so we can like clean our hands off. Yeah, sure.
We need to get like one of those bleach wipes. And just use that.
Yeah, that'd be really smart.
And do that.
We'll bring that from now on. Every time we have a dirty car, then if you donate, we'll put your name in it. And if you donate $10, we'll wash it. So you can erase everybody else's name.
Pay us to wash the car.
Hey man, that's what YouTube is about. Selling yourself out, isn't it? Isn't that how you make it big on YouTube?
I guess.
Probably can't even really see it too well in the shadows, but I think it looks kind of neat. It's a weird mixture between like neat and mousy.
Yes.
Let's head on in the back. We'll do some comments. Check out the back seat some more for anyone who missed it earlier on. That was my camera bag that went flying.
Your mask fell out of it too.
Mask off.
That's a Nick Cage movie.
The mask?
No, it's like mask swap or face swap.
Huh.
It's a horrible movie. Okay. All right. Let's catch up. Ooh, the Pittsburgh Man is wondering if we've seen the new C-Class design.
I don't know.
You don't know if you've seen it or not.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of cars.
That's okay.
Probably not. It's probably cool though.
Alright. The Lord Tachanka says he'd rather spend his money if he has...
I'd rather get a CR-V or a Mazda.
I would rather spend my money if I have it to buy a used Lexus, preferably a relatively new one. The Lexus gets much better value even if it's slightly used.
That is a good point. I think if you're gonna buy luxury, I mean, but the problem is the Lexus UX is garbage compared to this. I really do not care for the Lexus UX.
Tyler's YouTube channel is asking if you think the Mercedes GLE midsize vehicle rides better than this.
Oh yeah.
Or does this GLA drive equal to the GLE?
Well, this feels a little bit more nimble because it's so much smaller, but no, the GLE is a much smoother ride. Especially you get that active suspension, the air one, the thing that hops up and down. Yeah, the GLE drives much better than this. Much more expensive car.
Gotcha.
Yep.
The Lord Tachanka. I feel like I need to say it like that right now.
There's like a chime, like a gong that goes off every time you say it. Bong.
Now presenting the Lord Tachanka. He is not particular. I'm not doing that. He's not very. He's not a fan of Porsches. Whatever.
Well, he can learn that Porsches are the best cars.
Coming from a man that's driven literally thousands of cars.
Nothing drives better than
for
Porsches.
Like the last 3 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
So, come on, man.
Porsches are really good. And in fact, there was one guy at my previous job, at Car and Driver. He was an intern, and when he said to me like a few months in, he was like, I had always thought Porsches were just for like douchebags, like just posers and stuff. And then I drove one. He drove our Boxster, like our Car and Driver Boxster, and he was like, I get it now. Yeah. Yeah, they really do. They're really good. Yeah. They drive great.
Cool. Andrew's Planet says good driving.
Oh, thanks, Andrew's Planet. Camera's a little dirty. I'm gonna clean it off here on my jeans.
Okay. Miran says in LA you can find more GLA and GLC than any other crossover, especially in Long Beach and Beverly Hills, at least. That's what he sees every time he goes there.
That makes sense. I feel like a lot of people just go into the Mercedes dealer and like, I want to lease one of these. What can I get? Ooh, that one's pretty. I want that.
Also, Tachanka prefers Chevy.
Yeah, well, he's going to be the CEO of GM, so.
I forget that.
Pledging his allegiance now.
Gotcha.
So something tells me he'd rather have a new C8 Corvette over a 911, Porsche 911. Probably.
You could probably get 2 of those for the price of 1 Porsche.
Yes, that is true.
Jesper Alstrup. How about the cars you mentioned in the I buy my jeans from Walmart rant and their ability to keep the price? Doesn't Mercedes keep a better price than any other brands you said?
No, Mercedes tanks in value. Yeah, Mercedes resale value is awful. Go look at an S-Class that's like from 2019. It's probably worth like a firm handshake and a case of beer.
I love that. I need to write that in my Charlieisms list. It's probably worth more than me. All right. White Putin says he's doing wonderfully.
Good.
He's received 1 of 8 letters for college acceptance.
Hey.
And he's gonna wait till April.
Tell White Putin if he goes to school in Michigan, we'll give him a job.
Charlie has talked to me all the time about, I need people to do this, I need people to do that, for his website and the growing channel and all that stuff. And I am not a car person, and Charlie would just love it if I just buckle down and write like 5 articles a day or whatever for the website. And I'm just like, I can't do it. I'd rather just
demonetize.
Well, say anything.
Plus, you can tell Mr. Tachanka that we just had lunch a few weeks ago with an engineer at GM, Kunal, and he was just interviewing Mary Barra, the CEO of GM, within the last week or so.
He was interviewing with them?
Interviewing her for like a corporate video thing or something like that. It was kind of cool.
That's
yeah,
really
it was over Zoom because COVID, but
right.
Yeah, we got connections, man. I can get you in at GM. Let's hop up to the front and do some more.
Okay.
Little details in Mercedes. Things like how cool these lights look up here. Those are neat. I like the vents. Even though this is the quote-unquote cheap Mercedes, things still feel, I mean, it's the same switchgear and everything you get in the premium models. I'll let you take this.
Okay.
I mean, when you're talking air vents, when you're talking stop-start buttons, shifters, everything on the steering wheel, this is all the same stuff you're getting in an S-Class. So, yes, this is the cheap Mercedes, but it doesn't feel like you're getting gypped in here.
You have a really nice camera bag.
Thanks, Alyssa got that for me.
Yes, very good. Thoughts on the Nissan Murano?
I'm not a huge fan of the styling of all the new Nissans. I think they look way too, like, I guess you're not looking at me. They just...
He made that face with the camera facing the other way. Okay, sorry, go on.
But, I don't know. I know other people who like them, so they're not, like, universally ugly. I just... not a big fan. I'm sure it's good. Sure, it's fine. Nissan manages to get solid B pluses pretty across the board. I do like the new Frontier, though. So, I'm excited to drive that.
Harsh says, I'm not hating on higher-end Benzes, but the lower models don't deserve praise. I think that's so funny.
This just makes me want to double down on this being like a good car. I mean, it is. There's nothing offensive about this car. The only thing is that stupid dual clutch. But even that's not too bad.
Why do you think they would have done that instead of their original 8-speed that they always do?
Probably efficiency. Probably fuel efficiency. Yeah. This is kind of neat though. The seat bottoms have extenders. So if you got long thighs, a short jacket, you can rest your thighs on there.
Cool. Andrew's Planet likes the leather seats. These are really beautiful interiors.
Yeah.
I really like this. It's a nice brown. It's got white stitching, which makes it look really classy and crisp. I love dark color contrast with light color contrast.
I do too, and I think this is cool. It kind of blows out. Maybe we'll turn the car around. Maybe it like turn out better in the sunlight or something. Yeah. But it's a neat kind of flowing design. They stick this big old screen on here, but they managed to somewhat contour it into the dash. These, I mean, listen to these clicks.
Those are nice.
That's quality stuff. You're not getting cheaped out. This is all the same stuff that they use in the more expensive Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really love the view that I have from the passenger seat, looking at all the chrome bits. It's just really, it looks really classy. It looks really expensive, I guess, which is ironic. But the way that the light hits the steering wheel here, I don't know if it's coming out to be too dark in the photo here, but it all just looks really very nice. So I mean, yeah, maybe they're targeting for my gender and generation, but shoot, man, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, no, they really do.
At least with the targeting.
Blah, 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 blah. Lexus UX GLA. I mean, definitely the GLA. The UX is garbage. NX is better than the UX. Yes, that is true. NX is a little bigger than this, though, kind of. It's sort of, Lexus has weird sizing with all their crossovers, but the NX is a little better. Still really ugly. Wide Putin says he doesn't like Porsches because he doesn't fit in them. Interesting. He must be a big dude. He said, of course, he'd like a C8 over a 911. Well, driving back and forth. Or back to back, I guess I mean. Michigan was on his list, but he removed it, so the closest he can get is Columbus or Boston. Columbus isn't too far away, but, yeah.
Still Ohio.
Still Ohio. Rough. Don't go to Columbus. Boston, at least, it's got more schools,
He could probably work for,
TC?
No, in Boston.
Tedward?
Tedward.
Yeah, if Tedward was looking for help.
Needed, yeah, who knows?
Duramax diesels are pretty good, that is true. Topher says, how much money to call this GLA for the rest of the life drive? Probably just $1.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I wonder if Topher was watching when we called it the GLA earlier. Yeah.
I hope so. I'm wondering if that's where it came from.
Nicole Campana says the Model Y interior looks better. I think that's eye of the beholder. I like the minimalist interior of the Model Y, but I totally understand that some people would think this is more impressive than the Model Y's interior. Right.
It just looks so gadgety. And if you like that, it's shiny, it's pretty. This is great lighting actually compared to what I was showing you earlier.
Good.
Or at least better. It's shiny. It sticks out to you. It looks I don't know, classy. There, that's the word, classy.
Oh no, I accidentally rotated this. Come back. Would you lease a Lincoln Corsair or a Mercedes GLC from Subics? I would probably pick a Corsair. The Corsair is pretty darn good. It's no longer just a rebadged Escape. They did a decent job with the powertrain. The GLC feels nicer, but you're going to be paying more, and your resale value is honestly probably going to be worse than the Lincoln. So, but if you're leasing, I'd have to compare the numbers, but I'd be inclined to go Lincoln.
Cool. Even with how Ford has been doing lately?
Lincoln's been doing better than Ford. I've been impressed with all the Lincolns we've had. I've been unimpressed with all the Fords we've had. So they're finally letting Lincoln kind of have a longer leash.
Yeah.
So I've been impressed by that.
Cool.
Putin says he's too big. He's 6'4", 225. So too big for most Porsches.
Wow.
Yeah, that is true. You'd have to. Although the Boxster, we had a guy at Car and Driver who was like 6'6" or 6'8" or so, and he fit in the Boxster. But you're right, it would be a little tighter. He sounds like he needs an American car. Topher did give us 99 cents, so we will refer to it as the GLA from now on for the rest of the review.
That's pretty cool. When you first said it, I thought you were saying Glock.
Glock?
Yeah.
And the Glock goes, pow, pow, pow. Pat, pat, pat. Putin said, give me a GMC Yukon XL, and I'm happy. I fit in that. Yeah, that's pretty American. You know what else you'd fit in, Lord Shanka, is Chrysler Town & Country. Chrysler Pacifica, man. You'd fit in that really well.
Cool.
Let's go for a little more drive. We'll see if we can make the dual clutch act up at all.
Do we have wireless charging here?
We do, but it's not
right here.
It's not standard, so you do have to pay like $150 for it.
Ooh, there's also this thing that we don't know what it is. It's like a little lever that comes out here.
What is that? Here, I'll shine some light in there for the folks.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. I found it on the way here to do our live drive. It's a little thing that just lives right here. This is where the wireless charging would be. You pull it out. It goes that far. Doesn't look like it comes out.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that does.
Huh.
Is there like a charging thing in there? Unless, the only thing I can imagine is put your phone in there and then you flip this so that your phone doesn't go flying. Or it like just like
something wouldn't come onto your phone or something?
Yeah. Like
I don't know.
Something wouldn't sit on your phone.
We need Miran.
Or it's supposed to like deter you from grabbing your phone. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I feel like Miran's the only one who could know specifically what that does.
Tech support.
Yeah. I suppose we could also possibly humor him in trying dyno mode. It's for like smaller cups.
Oh.
So if you get a coffee mug or something. Yeah, this whole thing, that doesn't come out. Anyway, I'm gonna try to drive it around here and see if I can get any weird like clomp shifts.
Gotcha. Oop. There's one. I feel like it was anyways.
We're in third gear now. I'm gonna kind of roll up to a stop, kind of roll it. Yeah, it's really not too bad. It's only been a few times, so I am kind of nitpicking. So overall, it's a pretty darn good car.
Cool.
Let's change to the adventure theme.
There it is.
A lot of gimmicks, but hey, you know, like I was saying earlier, even your standard everyday, that Accord right there has probably got heated, cooled seats, heated steering wheel, 5-star crash test rating, blah, blah, blah. So luxury automakers need to come up with more BS to fill their cars with to justify their high prices.
Ah.
So you got weird things like infotainment themes. So it's up to you if that's worth it.
Hard to see that, jeez.
Yeah. And loud blinkers. So surprisingly loud for a German car. Most German cars have quiet blinkers. Strange.
Maybe the Germans think that Americans like loud tinging
Yes,
sounds.
they like it a loud blinker. That's not.
That was more Indian.
Yeah, I'm bad at accents. You know who's really good at accents is TheTopher.
Is he really?
Yeah,
I would love to hear that.
He did a whole April Fool's video last year with a BMW not using his no, it was the extreme blinker test. But he had like an Irish, I think it's a Scottish accent.
Really?
Yeah, he did a good job at it.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, so Germans, they really, yeah. So German, we had a German exchange student when I was in 5th grade, and he taught me some. But he said I had a great accent for like a kid in 5th grade. But
you do good accent.
No, so Germans really like the deep sounds, yeah.
This is a new Suburban or Tahoe right here.
That's pretty.
That's nice. There you go, Putin. Or Tachanka, or whatever your name is now.
Wide Tachanka.
Wide Tachanka.
We're just gonna...
People are gonna wonder, like, who are they talking to? I think that, like, is Putin watching the stream?
Oh my gosh. What is the 0 to 60 time? You didn't know that off the top of your head, would you?
Average. That's what it is. It's probably like 6.5 seconds.
Okay.
6.5 to 7 seconds.
Very nice.
Not enough to spill your latte, your caramel macchiato. Yeah.
Cool. And the acceleration time. Oh wait, no, that's 0 to 60. 0 to 60.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other way around.
But it's a garbage car because this doesn't extend. So can't recommend a car that doesn't have extendable visors.
That is fair. I understand that. You have standards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Does the Tesla have expandable visors?
I think it does.
Yeah, pretty sure it does. Yeah. They're not very long though, but like
wide.
Tall, yeah.
Putin. Steve Davis is asking, what are your thoughts on the Cadillac XT4 and how does it compare? Have you driven that?
Long time ago when it first came out. The Cadillac XT4 is not really my cup of tea. I'm not a big fan of most new Cadillacs. I like the XTS, but that's not new. I like the CTS, but it's not made anymore.
That Lincoln looks really pretty.
Yeah, it does. Very clean.
Yeah. Especially Washington.
The XT4 is not that good. I definitely take this over an XT4.
When was the last time you drove it? What year?
Probably 2018.
Okay. So maybe it's possible that they've changed? No?
No, I drove it right when the new one came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Well, he didn't say he was like Team XT4. He was just kind of curious.
I feel like people ask for comparisons because they're like, "Ooh, I like this car. I wonder what he has to say about this one and how it compares to what he's driving."
I'd rather steer him straight than just appease him.
I think that's fair.
How World War II started.
Okay, great.
Appeasing Cadillac.
Sorry, Steve, I can't apologize to you. Oh, goodness.
Also, see, this is the type of person who'd own an XT4. Someone like this Buick who's going 10 miles per hour below the speed limit.
Now I'm really going to apologize to Steve. Also, why? Yeah. Whatever. Okay. The Lord Tachanka asked a question earlier, and I wanted to give other people some more time. Because we were given a lot of time to him. So I'm going to ask it now.
Okay.
He says, here's something interesting. The NHTSA is calling vehicles sexist because women are more likely to be injured in a crash than men, but clearly state it's because they drive smaller cars. Then immediately say that it's relevant, and the real reason is because car companies design their vehicles around the standard male body, which is 5'9".
Oh.
So.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Because like somebody like you, Liz, this seatbelt would sit further up on you, and arguably, like if it locked up, like maybe not protect you in the same way that it would protect me.
But that's also why they offer these adjustable seatbelt heights. And as soon as I got in here, I adjusted mine.
Yeah.
So.
That's fair.
Yeah. But now it sits comfortably right at my collarbone, shoulder area, and not at my neck.
Yeah, and I would go further to say that it's not only cars that are designed for the average 5'9" male, it's the entire world. I mean, airplane seats, movie theater seats, cars, benches, I mean, everything is designed for pretty much me.
Probably mostly I wouldn't say the entire world, first world.
Yeah, you're right, the Western world.
The Western world, yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the 5'9" man.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, a very clean Dodge Intrepid. You don't see many Dodge Intrepids anymore, and I think the world would be a better place with more Dodge Intrepids.
Are they designed around the 5'9" man?
They're probably designed around, like, the 5'9", 300-pound man. Intrepid is a large car.
Gotcha. Cool.
Very bad car, too. I mean, not that bad. It's just classic, like, old Dodge that nothing was good, everything was bad, but it's charming in its badness.
Aww.
It's like my town and country.
That's fair. I can picture that.
Yes.
Cool. Alrighty. We are up on these.
They 5 o'clock. We got places to be.
Yes.
By places to be, I mean back at the computer doing editing and shooting night drives on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get wrapping things up here pretty soon. Won't field any more last minute questions, but Liz, I guess you're not gonna be driving.
That's fine. That's okay. It's rush hour anyways.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
If people know there's a pandemic going on, come on, go home. I mean, unless they are going home, in which case stay home. Alright, Civic, any time.
Weird. Did they not see that light?
No, they're probably handicapped, like mentally.
Oh boy.
Look at all the crap in the back there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it looks like that's like a carton of food or something in the back.
Yeah.
Anyways, we have a new viewer that is not familiar with your ability to get cars.
Ah, they're wondering about the whole press car thing?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I also work for Winding Road magazine, so if you're not subscribed to Winding Road, check them out, as well as TheTopher. And together we have a relationship with the manufacturers, and all the manufacturers keep these cars around for people to review and share in a setting like this. And we ask them very nicely, hey, can we have one of these cars? And we'll fill it up with gas when we're done with it. And they go, sure. And they bring it to us, and we do our thing and take videos and stuff, and then we give it back.
Very nice. So I guess the Nathan from the Daily Motor wants me to drive.
Oh.
Because he just donated straight $10.
Okay. All right. Well, we will put Alyssa behind the wheel for the last 5-10 minutes or so.
Okay.
That's fair.
That is fair.
The people have spoken. The person.
The person has spoken.
Technically, he would have only had to donate $9 because TheTopher already had a dollar.
Well, I think he's also driving, so
That's
he might not have been watching the entire video.
Huh,
Yeah, that's fair.
This is a good 2-liter turbo. It's stout. Pulls.
Neat.
I do like letting Alyssa get a chance behind the wheel though, because especially for a car like this, she's kind of an intended buyer. It provides a totally different perspective from mine.
Which is either one of two things. This car is good, or this car is bad. I'm quoting Andy from The Office. If anyone's...
Okay, I wouldn't know on that.
No, that's fair, but yeah. That, I was right. Miran says the lever is from keeping the phone from falling out. Down
Seriously?
here. Yeah.
Wow. You'd have
See it? Like, I knew that.
Alright, well, let's test this then. How bonkers would we have to drive? Ooh, look at the ambient lighting. I didn't even notice that. Just turned it on.
Cool.
How bonkers would we have to drive to get the phone to fall out? This bump is going to be harsh.
Ooh!
Yeah, that phone's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, dang.
So, that's silly.
Yeah. But it's targeted for women.
Let's say you're sexist.
I am.
Okay.
Alright.
So let me save my seat. Did it do it?
Did you press 1?
Yeah. Huh.
I think it did. Press 2.
Let me see. Yeah. Cool.
Alright. There you go.
Thank you. Ah!
Boy.
The wind like yanked the door off. It's a bit windy. Look everyone, it's the dirty GLA. The GLA. Can't call it the GLA anymore. We've sold ourselves out to call it the GLA. What's the battery like on here? 40. Well, we should be able to make it.
That battery life is so unpredictable.
Yeah, I know. Nice hair. So we'll give Alyssa some time to situate herself.
Yeah, I can't drive it like this.
Right.
Listen to the sound.
It's
It's very loud.
Sturdy. Let us know if there are any last things you'd like to see. Oh, Miran Samandi's got a photo of his GT350 in his thumbnail. That's awesome. Ooh, I could set the phone right there. That's nifty.
They need a lever for it so it doesn't fly out.
Oh yeah, that in that position actually it would make sense.
I feel like I need to be up higher. For someone that's geared towards, for a car that's supposed to be geared towards me, it's like not.
Visibility seems decent. But yeah, I do see what you mean sitting over here. That whole like area just looks nice.
Yeah, yeah, it really does. I mean, even sitting here, it looks really nice.
Right?
Yeah. Cool. Alright. No, I'm not going to set it because I always adjust it differently. I need to be forward even more.
It's the police.
Alright. I didn't even press.
Yeah, the car was on.
Oh. I'm gonna do that again. It's, why does it seem so loud right now? Is that just me?
I guess. Probably because you drove an electric car for the last 4 days.
Yeah. More like 3 weeks?
Yeah. Coming back to the 100-year-old technology of gasoline.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, EVs have been around for 100 years too.
What?
Yeah, no, electric vehicles were pretty big back in the early 1900s, but gas lobbyists and Rockefeller and all them kind of just pushed gasoline. And to be fair, we didn't have the battery capacity back then to like really do good EVs. What's the audio system in this GLA-250? It's not the Burmester. It's not the top level 12 speaker Burmester. I can't exactly find online how many speakers it is, but I think it's 6. I think you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the back, and then, or sorry, 7. I meant to say 7 because I think there's a 7th center speaker right there. Don't know active, but what driving mode is the car in? I believe it's in comfort. If it's not, we'll put it there. It was in sport, now it's in comfort.
I don't think I've driven a gas car.
Probably since the 4Runner, about 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Big old V8.
I was wondering how it would compare, because one of the thoughts I had way before getting the Tesla, and this is going to link back up to driving gas cars. You know how, for people that don't know, for the Teslas or any other EVs with regenerative braking, you lift your foot off the gas and the car can completely come to a stop if you have it in the right setting. And so if you're driving it right, where you're constantly thinking about, okay, I should lift my foot off the gas now so that it will start to brake and come to a full stop when I need it to, you never have to use the brake, right? So you could only do gas pedal driving, on, off the whole time.
It's really nice once you get used to it.
It is nice. So one of the things I thought about, when that becomes the norm in all cars in 50, 100 years, whenever it starts to take off and we have the infrastructure to support that, will people instinctively know to put their foot on the brake when they need it? Like you're coming before, your car's beeping at you, because it does that now when you're approaching another obstacle in the road or whatever. What? Oh, talking, not even thinking. Are you going to be able to instinctively brake and have that reflex, or are you going to think, why is the car not braking? I have my foot off the gas. What do I do? Like, it's all about learned instincts with driving, right? And how is that going to change with the world of EVs and regenerative braking?
Yeah.
So just now, after having driven the Tesla for weeks, I lifted my foot off the gas when we were leaving that parking lot back there. And I was like, why isn't it braking? So I'm wondering if we are still going to have crashes if everyone owns EVs with regenerative braking. Is that going to be a whole new system or a whole new category of crashes? Right. You know, because you have drunk driving crashes. You have not distracted driving crashes. You could be entirely looking at the road. You could have your hands on the wheel. You could be paying attention, but have it just not click in your brain fast enough. Oh, I need to put my foot on the actual other pedal that's down there. That was a thought that I had.
Yeah.
So,
no, I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
You gotta, I'm sure they'll still teach people, even when EVs are the norm, like still teach people you have to, like,
I agree, but it's all about instinct.
Yeah.
And how you are driving every single day. And if you are driving every single day using one pedal,
right, how
fast or how slow is your reflex going to be to go from one pedal to the other?
Right.
And it's really about the psychology behind all of that. And our habit. So yeah, that's definitely something to keep in mind, and it would be good for me to every now and then drive a gas car and to see just on my own, because it's not going to be, you know, an actual research data points, anything like that, because you need to do that with a ton of people and routinely to actually get some like good stats on it. But just on my own, I'm wondering how big of a deal that could be in the future.
Right. One of the things that Mercedes does better than every other brand is their ambient lighting.
Oh,
it's
fire truck.
Completely bright outside right now, totally sunny, daylight.
2 fire trucks.
And I can still totally see all all the ambient lighting up around here. It's in the vents, it's on the sides, and probably, yep, there's some in the back as well. And you can change the color to any color you want. You want like a pinkish red, there you go, you get pinkish red. You want bright green, you get bright green. It's probably not showing up super well in this lighting for you guys, but we can see it quite clearly. And you can even choose these cool multicolor layouts they have that'll kind of oscillate back and forth between different colors. So people on the Winding Road channel always like the night drives from Mercedes because they show those cool ambient lights. It always blows my mind away when you get in like a $100,000 BMW and you can only choose like 5 different light combinations for your ambient lighting. Mercedes gives you the whole thing. And so does Hyundai. Hyundai and Mercedes, 2 of the best brands right now.
This car is incredibly easy to drive. I feel like it's very user-friendly. I haven't had to look at anything, but I also haven't had the air on. I haven't turned on cruise control yet. I do see a lot of buttons, a lot of gadgets on this wheel here. I haven't had to use any of those yet because I've not been in the situation to use them. But it feels so approachable. The steering, like you said, is perfect. I haven't noticed anything with the transmission shifting and being weird or anything like that.
Yeah, it really only has been a few times, so maybe I was a bit too harsh on it.
Maybe you're expecting CVT level.
Yeah, or just, well, and just knowing that Mercedes had that excellent 9-speed.
Oh, there was a little jump right there.
Right, yeah. Honestly, one of the smoothest dual clutches on the market right now is Hyundai's. Hyundai's new dual clutch on the Sonata and Elantra N.
The only thing I wish is that my seat would go up a little higher.
Really? You're all the way up?
I'm all the way up.
Ooh, yeah, that's surprising, because I'm still sitting higher than you.
Well, you would, because you've got a longer torso than mine.
Right, but it's a shame that you can't compensate for that with raising the seat.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so I'm all the way raised, I'm 5'1". It could be a little bit taller, but I don't know how much taller I'd want to go.
Alright, so we're going to get wrapping things up here soon. Alissa will drive for a few more minutes and head back to the parking lot she started in and wrap things up. So if there are any last things you'd want to know from us about the GLA, or are you trying to do cruise control?
Yeah, how do you set this?
You go up on this one to turn it on, and then down on that for set.
That's kind of confusing because it allows you to go up and down. I guess I just need to look at the little symbols.
Right, up for on, down for off.
Okay.
Oh, have you tried pushing the front part of the seat button up? I assume...
Yes.
Yeah. Did both of them?
Yeah. Like, because what will happen, the seat can sit like this. If you press the front, it will angle the part down by the back of your knees up. And then the other part can be angled. So I always do level.
Gotcha.
Let's turn this off. I always do it because I want my butt to be, and my legs to be level. I don't like sitting at an angle or any other way.
That is one thing that the GLA does not have, at least at this price point. I'm not sure if it's optional, probably is, but adaptive cruise control.
Oh. Yeah, I was wondering about that.
So if you want to go maybe actually over to that industrial complex building thing across the street that we go to, we can wrap up there. The one that's like on the other side of Michigan Avenue.
Okay.
One with all the brown buildings.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually where I was heading. I'd take a left at this light?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Any last things of note in the GLA, the GLA? Dual zone climate control, that's good.
I like these big knobby things.
Yeah, I like the vents
I really
too.
like them. I like that you can turn them. I like that they can do any of this kind of stuff. I'm trying to slow down while I talk.
You've got blank switches to know that you didn't pay for the ventilated seats, but you could have. But you a little broke boy.
I wonder how much more that would cost.
It's like $1,000.
For like heated and cooled seats?
Yep.
Oh. You a little broke boy. I like the size of the steering wheel.
Yeah, I agree.
I love everything in the gauge cluster is, at least from where I'm sitting, is it like within the diameter of the steering wheel.
That is a good point.
Yeah, especially with how I have the steering wheel, like the angle that it's at, and where my seat is at. actually with my Passat, I had to adjust where my steering wheel was because it was going to cut off the bottom of my speedometer.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So Miran pointed out that the transmission does not have, it probably doesn't have the latest software update, because with the newest update, the transmission would probably shift smoother and it would hold gears in manual mode.
There's a software update.
Apparently.
For transmissions.
Oh yeah, they can update all sorts of things, because it's all just a computer telling the car when to shift and things like that. Oh. So they can kind of change the programming on that.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was still manual. I didn't know that it was like that.
Yep.
I do notice that stop start is really aggressive.
Yeah.
You take your foot off the brake and you just, like, the whole car shudders. Oh, I should have been in the other turn lane.
Yeah, it's not the smoothest stop start. You could beat this truck. Nice.
Oh boy, oh boy. Look in the rearview mirror first. Lady driver, no survivor.
All right, well, let's park it, do a little hop out, and wrap this thing.
Do you want me to be in that front parking lot?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good one.
Cool.
Finally get
very
some shade.
shaded, actually.
Yeah. People can finally see this car in proper lighting.
I actually really love this interior. I love it. The more I'm in it, the more I like it. It's beautiful. If I drove this every day, I'd be like, I had such a good job picking this car. So nice. And then you'd get it and be like, why'd you on this car?
You're like, I thought it was cute.
I thought it was nice. You don't like it?
It is nice.
It is nice.
They did a good job with this. There you go.
Cool.
Shut the engine off. Something you don't have to do on the Tesla.
Yeah. I always feel like when I'm getting out of the car, like, did I do everything right? Is it gone? Like, I feel like I'm missing something. I'm forgetting something. What is it?
No?
No.
Just get out and go.
No.
Right. Well, thank you so much for watching. This was a fun one. Thank you to Nathan and TheTopher for your donations. It's a good shot.
If I bought this car, I'd get it in red or blue.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
You're right.
Black.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that would help a lot, I think.
Nice. All right, well, you all should tune in on... How is our signal not smooth right now? You can change the volume of the blinker from the Mercedes diagnostics program. Good to know.
Cool.
Join us on Friday for a live drive of the Volkswagen Arteon. A little throwback for Alissa. And actually, we might have a dual live drive on the Arteon. So maybe, maybe I'll put out a poll and see what people want us to do more. And we'll start with that one.
That'd be a good idea.
Something like that, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. And we'll see you on Friday. We're Charlie and Alyssa.
Drive on.